In exercise 6E, question 4, part 1, we are supposed to sketch the graph of y equals to ln x. Okay, so in sketch, we do not need to show as much detail as in the plot. Mainly, we just need to show the x and y intersection, if there's any, right? So, to start, you need to draw the x and y axis first. Then label origin x. Alright, if you have went through the lessons online or in the textbook, alright, or you can use basic concept of logarithm. Alright, so when the value of x is 1, okay, your y will be 0, right? Okay, when x is 1, the y will be 0. So the graph will pass through this point when x is equals to 1, y equals to 0. Okay, so knowing the shape, alright, you will not cut anymore. They will not have any y-intercept. So your graph will look like this. Right, and in part 2, you are required to draw, add in an adequate line such that you will be able to tell how many solutions are there to this equation. Equals to X(e) to the power 4. Okay, so this requires some manipulation of the equation because it comes in base e. So what are we supposed to manipulate to obtain? Okay, we are supposed to obtain ln x on one side of the equation. Okay, so we can take ln on both sides since this equation we see base e on both sides. So ln x(e) to the power 4. Okay, we take ln on both sides. And for the left-hand side of the equation, we can use the power law to bring down e to the power x times ln e. Okay, on the right hand side, we can't bring power of 4 down because it's a multiplication. Okay, inside this ln is a multiplication x times e to the power 4. This power of 4 belongs to e only, so we can't bring 4 out. The only thing we can do is, since it's a multiplication, we use product law to split the terms. Okay, because it's x times e to the power 4, so we can split into ln x plus ln e to the power 4. And since the ln e is equals to 1, okay, this is equals to 1 because ln is log base e, so log base e is to e will give us 1. Alright, you can use your calculator to verify. We will end up having e to the power x. Okay, and this term here, 4, power of 4, we can bring down. Okay, and you see here again we have another ln e. This is equals to 1. So end up we will have an equation plus 4. Okay, so at the beginning of this part 2 I mentioned we need to make ln x get ln x in one side of the equation. So with some manipulation, alright, so what we get here, this is our graph in part 1. Okay, we have already sketched this. So what we need now is to sketch this graph. Okay, if you recall in part 1, the equation is y equals to ln x. So this is y equals to 1. So we need to sketch, we need to draw in the diagram y equals to ex plus 4. Okay, so this is a straight line because it takes the form of y equals to mx plus c. Okay, m is our gradient and then c is, this one should be minus 4. Okay, minus 4. Because I shift plus 4 to the other side. I'll get minus 4. Alright, so C is my y-intercept. So for y-intercept, okay, in order to draw in the straight line, I'll have minus 4 here. And draw a straight line. Okay, to draw a straight line, we basically need 2 points on the equation. So we already have 1 point. Minimally, we need 2 points, connect them together to get a straight line. So we have 1 point, which is the y-intercept, y equals to minus 4. So we can do a little bit of calculation. Okay, y-intercept is when x equals to 0. So maybe we can substitute when y equals to 0 to find out where is the x-intercept. Okay, is it before 1 or after 1? So when y is equals to 0, ex will be equals to 4. Okay, if I substitute 0 here, I can bring 4 across. I get ex equals to 4, so x will be 4 over e. Alright, so if you press your calculator, this is about 1.47 units. So my x will be here. Okay, the x-intercept. So in order to form a straight line, right, we connect these 2 points, intersection. Okay, and draw a straight line through, such that you see how it intersects with the curve from part 1. Okay, so this is our part 2 sketch, y equals to ex minus 4. Okay, and you can label in the x-axis 1.47. So to answer question in part 2, the question actually asks how many solutions are there. You are not expected to find out the solution from a sketch like this. Okay, you're just supposed to identify how many solutions. So with 2 equations here, okay, after we draw the 2 graphs, okay, solution will be at the intersection points. Alright, so therefore for part 2, okay, there are 2 solutions. Okay, they ask you how many solutions. They did not ask you to find the solution. So you do not need to give that exact value of the solution. Okay, and I also have to highlight, if you solve part 2, you actually went to calculate out the values and then you conclude there are 2 solutions without adding in this graph, you are not answering the question. Okay, if you read the question, it actually mentioned that you are supposed to add in a straight line, draw a straight line on your sketch in part 1. Okay, and obtain, and from your sketch, tell how many solutions are there. Alright, so this is the explanation for question 4.